Hi, my name is Trish, and today I am doing my persuasive speech on the negative impact that TV violence has on our young children. First, I'll start by just asking you two simple questions. Do you ever feel like you need to monitor or place a parental block on your television to protect your children, nieces, or even nephews from being exposed to the negative influences projected on television? Or have you ever felt like TV violence has a negative impact on our children's lives by causing them greater aggression? Well, if you happen to believe in both, you're not the only person that's alone. According to the American Psychiatric Association, children spend more time watching television than any other activity other than sleep, and I thought that was the most interesting thing that I found out in reading this article. It also states that children under the age of 2 should be recommended to not watch any TV, and those over the age of 2 to only watch approximately between 1 and 2 hours of quality programming. The first few years of a child's life is actually the most important moments of the brain development, and if anything interfere with that brain development, such as negative programming, it would interfere on shaping their behaviors and their social development skills. In today's society, violence is projected everywhere, such as in horror movies, comedy, romance, thrillers, or even cartoons. Cartoons today is not the same, well, to me, cartoons today is not the same Cartoon Networks that were on television about when I was younger, about 10 or approximately about 15 years ago. The Cartoon Network portrays the characters today to be these cartoons or creatures programmed to be destructive towards one another, and those characters immediately get back up without acting as if they're not being harmed or phased from that injury. So from that, those influences start to begin. Those influence our children to begin to believe that violence doesn't really hurt others, nor should you be punished for imitating the things that are on television. Also, children with emotional behavior problems can be easily influenced. There are 5 major concerns for what researchers have conducted on the effects of TV violence against young children. Those 5 reasons include: number 1, children can become immune or numb to the horror of violence. Like I said before, they can imitate the negative violence and possibly do it to themselves or perhaps other people. They can accept the violence as a way to resolve problems, whether if it's mental, emotional, or physical abuse. They can reinforce gender role and racial stereotypes. Children who constantly spend more time watching television, about 4 hours or more a day, usually are overweight. Television can not only have a negative impact, it can also have a positive one, and I'm going to talk about the positive impact. The positive impact can be used for education purposes, like learning the alphabet on television, learning more about the wildlife, and just nature channels. And you can definitely get a lot of information from those learning networks. Parents can also watch what's current on the evening news. So television has its pros and its cons. Can be an excellent educator and entertainer. My message today is to provide you with the negative and positive impacts on television, and for you to be careful in what our loved ones are exposed to. For parents can indeed try to protect their children for certain things on the television, and I can definitely suggest that by protecting your children, you can definitely pay attention to what your child is watching. Place a parental block on the television. Simply set limits to how long they can watch the TV. Disapprove the violence in front of the children. Stress the fact that it's not good behavior, nor is it a proper way to resolve a problem. Point out that although the actor or creature has not actually been hurt, or was killed, such violence in reality will result in someone being really hurt or possibly in prison. Thank you today for listening to my persuasive speech, and you have a good day.